Welcome traders to a new prop firm video. Today I have big updates with TradeDay. TradeDay might not be a name that you're immediately familiar with, but they have actually been around for over 5 years. They're based in Chicago, founded by ex-CME employees, lots and lots of experience in the futures industry, and they have implemented some changes in the last couple of months and this week that I think are really going to transform them and make them one of the top players in the prop firm futures industry. Okay, they have what I consider the best payout policy, which is only equaled with another firm. So I'm going to go over all the new accounts they offer, all the new changes, and all the rules as well. So let's go here on the screen. So one of the first things that they updated was, their accounts were a little bit more expensive compared to their competitors. So they've introduced a lot more aggressive pricing. They added intraday drawdown accounts. So intraday drawdown meaning your your trailing liquidation price is going to trail your unrealized profits. So similar to how Apex works. So they introduced this as a way to offer these accounts at a more affordable price. And as always, you can use code PABT for the best discounts available. So they have them in 3 sizes. We're going to talk about platforms in a little bit. Keep in mind, all their accounts at the moment do have a $139 activation fee. But let me assure you, once you learn about their payout policies, you're going to see that this is definitely worth it. Okay, so next we have, this is their gold standard account, the end of day drawdown. And I personally would always recommend using an end of day drawdown versus a trailing drawdown. And you can see that the price differences are not that much versus the trailing. So I would definitely choose end of day drawdown over trailing. So here you have 3 account sizes, profit targets, drawdowns, pretty much standard in line with the rest of the industry. We do have, again, the activation fee. They do have, and we'll cover this later, there is a consistency rule and 7 days to pass. So they do have a big focus. This is a company that is looking for consistent, solid traders. They're not trying to get people that are just going to YOLO and try to pass an account by luck in one day. So they do have, some guidelines to get through on that. And one of the newest things they have is static drawdown accounts. So these accounts, your maximum liquidation price, minimum price is never going to change. So you're going to start trading, and no matter if you win or lose money for the day, your liquidation price is always going to stay the same. So like if you have a $50,000 account, your liquidation is going to be $49,500 and is never gonna move. So these are a really nice option as well that I do also recommend. Okay, now platforms. At the moment, they offer CQG data platforms. So that includes Ninja, TradeDay, TradingView. They also offer TradeDay X. So part of the Project X lineup, they do have their own platform, and they do have support for Jigsaw and Quant Tower. Now, one of the big changes coming is they're going to look to start supporting Rhythmic in the near future. Okay, so for traders like myself that we like to use Sierra chart, this is great news as well. Okay, now trading hours, news trading, you are not failed for breaching the permitted times, but you are expected to close all your positions and orders 10 minutes before the market close. So at 3:50 p.m. Eastern time, you should be closing everything. There's no holding positions overnight. You can trade anytime the market is open. The only exceptions is tier 1 or red folder news events. So they do not allow to hold positions during big news events. Again, like I said, TradeDay puts a lot of emphasis on risk management. They're not looking for gamblers. So they will auto liquidate any open positions before the market close and 2 minutes before big news, and they're going to reopen trading 2 minutes after big news events. Okay, and by big news events, we're talking about FOMC, CPI, non-farm payroll, just the big trading events. Okay, this is the biggest change right here. Max number of accounts and copy trading. So until last week, you were only allowed to have one evaluation or one funded account at a time. This has all changed, and they are now allowing 3 accounts at a time. So this can be any combination. You can have 3 evaluations, or you can have 2 evaluations and 1 funded, or 3 funded, etc. Just a combination of 3 accounts, and you can use any of your favorite copy trading softwares to copy trade all your accounts. This is, for me, the most massive thing that they are now offering. Now, evaluation rules, 3 basic objectives. Hit the target, trade a minimum of 7 days, 30% consistency rule. So no single day more than 30% of profit. So like I said, you're not going to come to TradeDay and just hope to YOLO in and try to pass in 1 day, because that's not the type of company this is. They're looking for consistent, steady growth. And the 3 guidelines: trade during permitted hours, permitted products, and within position limits. Products, you can trade all the CME offerings except crypto futures. Okay, you can only fail by hitting your trailing drawdown or max drawdown. There's no daily loss limit. Drawdown stops trailing after reaching the starting account balance in both eval and sim funded. So if you have a $50,000 account and your maximum drawdown is 48, once you reach a balance of 52,000, that trailing drawdown will stop at 50,000 and is not going to go any further in both evals and in the funded stages. Resets. If you break a rule, the evaluation is over. You can immediately start again by purchasing a reset for $99, or wait for the subscription payment to renew, and it's going to reset for the next cycle. But most of the time, I recommend, if you fail your account, most of the time it's cheaper and faster to just cancel the account and just use a discount code. You can use PABT, and you just get a new account with the with a cheaper cost, depending what account size you're using. Payout rules. This is where TradeDay excels, and I think only Take Profit Trader has a payout rules this good. But TradeDay has an advantage over Take Profit Trader, because when you get funded with Take Profit Trader, which is another great company, your funded account will have a trailing drawdown until you hit that buffer level and it locks. With TradeDay, you have end of day drawdown in your funded accounts as well. Okay, depending what type of account you choose. But if you got a end of day account, it's going to continue as end of day. Okay, so payouts can be made from day 1 after the day of settlement, but traders must first clear the buffer before submitting a withdrawal request. Okay, so that means if you have a $50,000 account and you make $3,000 on the first day, you can request money out that very same day after the settlement. Okay, because basically all you need to get is above the buffer level, which is equal to the trailing drawdown. So if a 50,000 account has a 2,000 drawdown, anything above 52,000 in balance is money that you can take out. Minimum payout is $250. trader split is based on the lifetime of withdrawals that the trader has had with TradeDay. So 80% of the first 50,000 profits, 90% between 50 and 100, 95 over 100. Buffer zone funds are eligible to withdraw at any time. So even if you get above the buffer, you can take payouts into the buffer, but any money inside of the buffer is going to be a 50-50 split. So I would recommend also just keeping that buffer as a safety net as well. Payout requests submitted before 5:30 are processed every business day. And here we have a table showing for all their different account sizes what the drawdown is, so what your balance required for withdrawal is. Once you're above this balance, remember on the drawdown accounts, you're gonna lock in the drawdown at the initial balance, and anything once you hit this balance you can take out. And like I said, you can even draw into your buffer but at a lower split. And this is the same thing, but this is showing it for your live accounts. So we'll talk more about this later, but they do have a clear path to move you from a sim funded to a real live account. Okay, and so this is basically the same thing. The difference is when you're in a live account, your starting balance is 0. And so you're basically just starting out from 0 going up instead of starting from 50,000 simulated funds. Okay, but the amounts are pretty much the same equally. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Hope this video has been useful. Again, code PABT for the best available discounts. As you can see, TradeDay, it's really bringing it with these changes. I think this is going to get a lot more people talking about them. Yes, the costs, including the activation fee, might be a little bit more than their competitors. But when you have a payout policy that you can take daily payouts and you don't have any consistency rules or any minimum days for payouts, I think that is really a good alternative that you should consider. And pretty much that's it. Hope this video has been helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.